Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Being Software Engineer. My name is Akash. So today we are going to learn two ways of implementing factory design pattern. So let's first understand what is factory design pattern. So factory design pattern is like we are hiding the internal implementation of creation of objects from the client, and we are creating the objects on the base of parameters we being passed from the URL or from the code. So this is the use of factory design pattern, and this is the best way of creating the objects behind the views. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, we are going to go this on this site start.spring.io, and then we are going to add here group ID, artifact ID, and then we will generate project, Spring Boot project using Java 8, and then we'll click on generate. We need to add here dependency, which is Spring Web. Okay, so Spring Web has all the dependencies. So I already have done that, and I have imported that project in my Eclipse. So okay, so I will let you go through I will let you go through the complete project, and I will explain you each and every part of the project and what is the use of every class. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Okay, so this is the factory design application class. So this is the main class which we will get from the Spring Boot project, and this is again servlet initializer class which we'll get from the Spring Boot initializer project when we create the new project. So I have created factory controller here. So this controller I have used REST controller for accepting the REST requests from the browser. Okay, so and then I have used get mapping here for get request, because we are going to hit get requests, and then I have assigned here a URL type or URL. So this is BSE, that is Being Software Engineer vehicle, and then vehicle type. So this vehicle type is variable, and we are going to use path variable to get this vehicle type. And then so you know path variable. So path variable is like whatever variable we get from the URL, we can use that variable using path variable. So at that path variable we have used here. So at that path variable we can use like this, at that path variable, then this variable type. Okay, and then we can assign this variable to any of the variable, like we are using string, so we are assigning to string. We can get here object or anything we can get, so we can assign that to particular objects of that type. Okay, so what I have done here is I have created one interface. Okay, I have created one interface. Okay, let me show you the interface. Okay, this is the interface vehicle. So this vehicle interface has specification method, and this vehicle interface has 4 implementations. Okay, bicycle, bus, car, and motorcycle. So whatever user want the object of, he need to pass that type of path variable, and then he can get the runtime created object based on that variable. Okay, path variable. So here I have specification method, and then in this specification method, so I have 4 implementations here. Let's go to bicycle class. So I have overridden this class, bicycle class. Okay, it's giving error, I don't know how. Okay, now it's not. Okay, so I have already created this project, because if I create this project in the video, then video will be so long, so I don't want to waste your time. So that's why I have created this project, and I will keep this project's GitHub link in the description box of this project, so you can directly get that project from description box and you can use that project. Okay, so I have used this vehicle. I have implemented this vehicle interface in bicycle class, and I have written the specification method of vehicle interface, saying that this is a bicycle, and the speed depends on the way you ride it, because bicycle does not have any speed. So I wrote it in whatever came in my mind. So this is the implementation I wrote it for first bicycle implementation. Then there is a implementation bus. So in bus I have implemented this vehicle interface, and I have written this specification method, and I already run it saying that this is a bus, to to get us know that this is a bus or this is the um, bicycle. And then okay, this is a bus with maximum speed of 150 kilometer per hour. Okay, and then this then next is car. Okay, then I have done the implementation for car, saying that this is a car with maximum speed of 200 kilometer per hour. And then motorcycle, to verify that, to whenever we hit the request, so we should be aware that this object is called. That's why I have used this is a motorcycle with maximum speed of 400 kilometer per hour. So this is implementation for all the classes, all the vehicle type of classes. So there are 4 type of vehicles in our project: bicycle, bus, car, and motorcycle. Okay, let's go to controller once again. So what I'm doing is I have one factory implementation class. Okay, vehicle factory implementation class. In this class is the main class where we are writing factory implementation, factory object factory implementation. This is a design pattern, so of creating type of objects. Okay, so what we have done is we have auto wired all type of implementations here. So I have auto wired bus type, then bicycle type, then motorcycle type, then car type. Okay, and then I have created one map of key as string and value as vehicle. So many people ask me like, what can you tell me the like I have uploaded the previous video of internal working of hash map. So what is the real use of hash map in project? So this you can keep you can consider this this is one of the way of using hash map. So hash map will be used only when we want key value pair kind of relationship. So here key and like let's say we want to count number of words in a sentence. So count will be the value, and and the key will be the kind of texts or words we want to count. Okay, because this should be the key should be the unique and value can be duplicated. That's why. Okay, so what we have done is we have used post construct post construct annotation here. So what post construct annotation does is whenever we start Spring Boot application, that time this post construct annotation will be, this method will be executed, and this method will be executed while starting the server. That's why I have used it. And then I have put all the objects like key value pair, bicycle. I have created one constant class, and then in constant class I have created different type of constants. Like for bus I have used bus type, car I have used car type, and then motorcycle I have used motorcycle type. Okay, and then bicycle I have used bicycle type. Okay, so let's go to here now. Okay, so what I have done is I have added all these all these vehicles to this map. I added bicycle with the key as bicycle string, bicycle type, and the value as bicycle, the auto wired bicycle. Okay, and then bus as string, as bus as string type, and then value as the auto wired bus, and then motorcycle as motorcycle type, and then value as motorcycle, like this. So and then I have written this handler. Okay, so I have created this map as private static final because it should be immutable. So that's why I have created private static final, and it should be initialized at the time of starting only. Okay, so I have annotated this class with @service. I am considering this class as the service class, And then there is a method called create instance. Below that, this is a public static which is returning vehicle type of object, create instance. So it will get the vehicle string vehicle type as the parameter, and then based on that it will create the object. So what I have done here is I have used optional dot of nullable. This is the feature of Java 8. So in previous Java 8 we were using, if it is not null we were checking like that, but in Java 8 we use optional dot of nullable dot is present, and then if it is present then perform the operation, or we can use if present, then if it is present then perform those operations. So I will create one more detailed video on that, the separate video of using optional dot of nullable Java 8. Okay, so what I did here is optional dot of nullable handler dot get this vehicle, what I have passed the parameter here. If I get the, if there is in this map, then get it. If it is not present in this map, then else throw. So there is there are methods in optional dot of nullable dot else throw or else do. All these methods are there. So I have used or else throw to throw the exception, new illegal argument exception, invalid vehicle, because this vehicle is not present in our implementation. That's why someone may pass wrong vehicle, that's why, which is not available in the implementation. Okay, so we will go from the controller now. Okay, I will tell you how the flow will be. Okay, and again why I'm telling you that this is the best, one of the best implementation is because we are using map here and we are initializing the map while starting the server. We are not using if else condition. We can use if else condition like if string dot equals this, then create the instance of car. If string dot equals bicycle, then create instance of bicycle. We are not doing that because that is the old implementation and that doesn't look good. So that's why I'm using this. This is one of the best approach to use to create factory design pattern. And I will tell you one more approach which I consider as one of the best approach to create factory design pattern. Okay, so let's go to now controller. Okay, this is the controller. So in this controller we have a method called get vehicle type info, which is taking vehicle type as the parameter. Then okay, then this is the vehicle implementation. So it will call create instance method, and then we'll go to create instance method. It will have vehicle type of vehicle type parameter. Then we will call handler dot get vehicle. Then it will go to this map. It will check if this string is available in this map. Let's say we got bicycle, then it will return bicycle type of object. If we got bus, then it will return bus type of object. Okay, based on the parameter it will return the object. If this vehicle is not present in this map, then it will throw the exception saying illegal argument exception, invalid vehicle. Okay, so this is the implementation actually. Let's run it from the Postman. Let's run the project first. Okay, this is the main class. Let's run it as Java application. Okay, so I have started it on 8080 port. Let's start. Okay, okay, it is started. Okay, let's hit it from the Postman. Okay, I already have kept the request here. I will again do it from scratch. Okay, so we will go to controller. This is the fixed URL type, which is BSE, that is being software engineer / vehicle. Okay, and this is the variable vehicle hyphen type. So we'll take complete this one, and then we'll go here. So we will hit the request. It is a get type of request because we are hitting get request. So it is localhost /8080 / okay, it's came twice. Okay, /BSE /vehicle, and then our vehicle type. Let's first hit it for bus type. Okay, bus type. So where I am getting this, okay, let me tell you from where I am getting it. I am getting it, let's go to again, I will show you. So I'm getting it from here. So these are the constants I have created, bus type, so I'm using it. Okay, bus type. So I hit the request. Okay, it's giving me could not respond. Something is wrong. Okay, let's hit it from this. Maybe there is something is wrong with the postman, maybe my postman. So let's hit it from browser. Okay, 404 not found. I'm sorry, we need to add it here, vehicle. I'm sorry, need to add it vehicle here. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, we got the response. So we post the request for bus type. So we got this is the bus with maximum speed of 150 km/h. If we send the request for car type, so car I'm getting from here. Okay, this is the car type. So let's hit it for car type. I got the response as this is a car with maximum speed of 200 km. Let's hit for all the types. Okay, motorcycle type. Okay, so this is a motorcycle with maximum speed of 400 km. So our implementation is working fine. Okay, okay, so this is a bicycle, and speed depends on the way you ride it, right? Because it does not have any speed. Okay, so this is the one of the way of creating factory design pattern. Let me show you one more way of creating factory design pattern. So this is again I think as the best way. Let me show you that also. Okay, let me comment this out completely. Okay, then I have the interface, or I will do one thing. I will create one more separate video for that, and I will explain that next implementation there. Okay, so that will be better because this video will be so long to explain that implementation. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. If you like this video, please like this video, and please do subscribe, and please visit this channel daily, because I will be adding videos on daily basis, and this video will be particularly for the Java interview questions and Java best practices. Thank you very much. Have a great day.